Hi YouTube, here's my Hoover Turbo Light from March 1989. This is more commonly known in America as the Hoover Elite 200, and it is basically the exact same machine as the Elite 200, except our version says Turbo Light on it, and not Elite 200, and the voltage is different, obviously. It was very short-lived in the UK. It was only on sale from 1988 till 89, because it wasn't all that different than the Turbo Power Junior, and the Turbo Power Junior wasn't that much more expensive anyway. So, yeah. I do prefer it slightly over a Turbo Power in the fact that the handle is much taller. On a Turbo Power, it's probably about that high, the handle. The tip of the handle, that is, that's probably about that high. Now this is just like the perfect height for me. And they're really light as well. Like, lift it right up to your chest. It's like as light as an Auric practically, except this is much better than an Auric. The Turbo Power Junior is probably slightly heavier than this. Slightly. But, yeah. I got this off eBay for $9.99 from another collector, from which it came from another collector. So it's been to two collectors and then me. So, yeah, it's in pretty good condition. The head is a little bit creamed. Sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? It's a bit yellowed, but it's not too bad. I could get some Retro Bright, or make some rather, and cover it in that and put it back in the sun, which is supposed to make it go white again. So as you can see, compared to the bag, it's slightly yellowed. The bag is in good condition, actually. It was quite dirty, the bag, when I got it, and I washed it, and the Hoover lettering faded off quite a bit, which I expected. So my mum had some of these red marker pens that I can't remember what they were called, but I don't think they were fabric pens, but she filled it back in for me and it looks really good now. It's like brighter than it was before. The bag is quite a large size. It does use H4 bags, which our UK Turbo Powers use. As it does say on the back, to assure maximum performance, use only genuine Hoover filter bags type H4. But if you peel this sticker back and get hold of it, it says to assure maximum performance, use only genuine Hoover filter bags type A. Because on the American Elites they use type A bags, albeit it's the same size bag and everything. And funnily enough, the H4 bags, which are slightly smaller than type A, go right to the bottom, but they stop about there. So I imagine the type A bags go right to the top. But anyway, there's no zip on the bag. You kind of have to like release it from the bag spring, take the bag slide off, and that's how you get to your bag. You just have to pull it off the fill tube and whatnot. Bet I'll never get this back on now. Actually, if I press it against my chest I might. Oh, there you go. A bit squeaky, but the bag support spring is kind of a bit stressed looking now, so I'm hoping it won't snap off. There we go. I really like the switch design. It's kind of like it's like a plastic rod that runs all the way down to the motor, and there's actually a switch on the motor, and when you move this up it turns it on, push it down it turns it off. So, and it makes this really loud clunk noise when you move it, which I really like. So yeah. The cord was broken about there, probably from where it was wrapped tightly around the cord hook. Excuse me. So what I did was I pulled it through It was only about that much from rubber card support. I pulled it through and wrapped a lot of tape around it. I made it like really bulky so it won't pull back through here, which is alright now. And for the excess I had to like loop it up and tape it up like that at the bottom, because of course I couldn't just replace the cable because it's got like that special end on it that fits into 2 little connector pins which is moulded to the cable, so I couldn't do that, because probably a new cord for this would probably cost like 20 quid or something, and don't want to do that. So the cord still is 6 metres, even though I pulled it through slightly. I think it was like 6 metres and a few more inches on it, but I'm not sure if the Elite 200 has got the same length cord, 6 metres. I know you don't measure in metres in the US. The cord hook had snapped when I got it. I didn't snap it. Don't know who snapped it, but that's irrelevant. So after about 15 minutes of fiddling with this thing, I managed to get it out carefully. I did chew off the plastic a bit there, but I have ordered a new cord hook from some American website that I found that will ship to the UK, because for some reason a lot of them wouldn't. I did find one on eBay, but on American eBay, but for some reason they wanted to ship it for $43, and I thought, I don't think so. So the one I found is $13, including tax and everything, shipping, so that's alright. So that one's on its way, probably take about 3 weeks or something. But anyway, there's your lower cord hook, which is like moulded to the plastic. There's no bellows like there is on a Turbo Power. It's kind of like, there's the fan casing and the fan there, that's your motor, and it kind of, it's like all one piece, and it like goes up the handle like it does on an Auric. The thing that I like better about this is the motor is actually part of the handle instead of being in the cleaner head like it is on a Turbo Power. So that's why the body can snap easily on it. Well, not easily, but they do snap. Probably due to age as well. But because of the weight of the cleaner head, and that's why they lean and stuff. But obviously this won't lean because of that design. But anyway, handle release pedal and the rear wheels. Now the brush roll in this isn't the activator. I don't know what it's called, but all I know is that it needs replacing anyway. Look how short those bristles are. But anyway, it's 1 row beta bars, and then 1 row brushes in like a spiral design, which is also like a chevron design where everything's directed to the air path. But to replace a belt on this is quite complicated. There's 2 screws, one there and one there, and then you have to push down these tabs, which removes the sole plate, and then there's 4 other tabs that you have to remove the cleaner head, and you've got to tip it back up and then remove the belt from the shaft, put the new belt over the brush roll and then put the brush roll in first, which you don't normally do, but it's the easiest way to do it, believe me. And then you have to like stretch the belt over the shaft, so it's not as easy as it is on a Turbo Power. Because on a Turbo Power you just undo 4 screws, or 5 if it's a total system, and it's all there, like the shaft's down here. You can do it from the underside, but I still really like it regardless. The rating sticker, model U4527, 400 watts, 240 volts, 50 hertz. U4527903 indicated it was made in March 1989. Trademark of Hoover Place or the Hoover Company, made in USA. which is good to see. That's what I like. I've got it, bloody thing. Made in USA, Britain, or Europe. EC, that is. You may have noticed that it just fell out. The reason is because, for some reason, when I got it, it's missing the nut that holds that screw in, so that's why it fell out. So I need to go down to B&Q and get myself a new bolt for that. But yes, that's all there is to say on it, I think. I can't believe I've just spent 10 minutes talking about something that's so basic. But hopefully you're following me so far. I'll just put some sawdust down. And I'll show you in action. I thought this would be really loud, because everyone said they were the Elites, or Turbo Light, whatever, are really loud, but I was really surprised that it wasn't. It's quite a pleasant sound to listen to. You'll probably hear this big plunking switch in a minute. So here goes. So there you have it. Even though its brush roll's worn, still managed to pick that up somewhat effortlessly. But yeah, so thanks for watching, and that was my Hoover Turbo Light, quite a rare one, so I think I should be holding on to this for a while. So thanks for watching.